The human eye is not just a sensory organ, but it's a living optical system preciously designed to convert light energy into neural signal. Hello everyone, welcome back to another lecture. In this lecture, we will explore the anatomy, histology, and function of each part of the eye, from the outer cornea to the retina and optic nerve, and understand how these parts work together to create vision. Let's start by understanding the eye as a whole, its location, structure, and protective layers. Each eyeball is about 2.5 cm in diameter and lies safely within bony orbit. It is supported by accessory structures, the eyelids, conjunctiva, and lacrimal glands, which protect and lubricate the surface. These parts ensure the cornea stays moist and free from dust or infection. Now that we know the eye's outer protection, let's look deeper into the wall structure, which is made of three layers. The eyeball wall has three major tunics. The fibrous tunics form the tough outer coat, while the vascular tunic, known as uvea, provides blood supply and focusing mechanism, and the last one, known as neural tunica, the retina, contains the sensory cells responsible for vision. Let's begin from the outermost layer, the fibrous coat, which include the cornea and sclera. The cornea is the transparent front layer that allows light to enter the eye. It has 5 microscopic layers: epithelium for protection and regeneration, while Bowman's membrane for strength, and stroma, 90% of corneal thickness, made up of collagen fibers, and the descendant membrane and endothelium membrane, which pump excessive water out to maintain clarity. It's completely avascular, receiving oxygen from air and the tears, and accounts for about 70% of total refraction. Surrounding the transparent cornea lies the tough white part known as the sclera, which give the eyeball its shape and protection. The sclera is made up of dense collagen fibers and form the white opaque portion of the eyeball. It provides hardness and acts as an attachment site for extraocular muscles, which move the eye in all directions. Posteriorly, it continues with dura mater of the optic nerve. Beneath this protective fibrous coat lies the vascular layer responsible for nourishing and focusing the eye. The uvea is the pigmented vascular middle layer of the eye. The choroid supply blood to the retina and absorb excessive light, while the ciliary body contains ciliary muscles for lens focusing and ciliary process that produce aqueous humor. The iris, with its central opening called the pupil, controls how much light enters the eye by contracting or relaxing its muscle fibers. The iris and its central opening, the pupil, now lead us to the next structure responsible for focusing, the lens. The lens is a clear bioconvex avascular structure made up of lens fibers derived from epithelial cells. It helps by zonal fibers which connect it from the ciliary muscles. When these muscles contract, the tension on the lens decreases, allowing it to become more convex, increasing its refractive power for near objects. This process is known as accommodation. Light that passes through the lens is now perfectly focused onto the inner light sensitive layer known as the retina. The retina is the neural layer that converts light into electrical signals. It is composed of 10 microscopic layers with rods for dim light and cones for colored vision. The central region, the macula lutea, contains the fovea centralis where visual acuity is highest. The optic disc, where the optic nerve exists, lacks photoreceptors, forming a blind spot. Now that we have seen where lights end up, let's understand the fluid that maintains the eye internal pressure, known as the aqueous humor. The aqueous humor is a clear fluid that nourishes the lens and cornea. It produced by the ciliary process flows from the posterior to the anterior chamber and drains through the canal of sclemum into venous circulation. This fluid maintains intraocular pressure normally between 10 to 21 mmHg. Now, let's move from the anatomy to the actual physiology of vision, how the eye transforms light into the sight. The cornea and lens reflect incoming light rays, forming a real inverted image on the retina. In the phototransduction process, rhodopsin splits into the retinal and opsin when exposed to light, triggering a biochemical cascade that generates a nerve impulse. These impulses travel through the optic nerve, cross at the optic chiasma, and reach the visual cortex of the occipital lobe, where the brain interprets the image. But what happens if one of these steps is disturbed? Let's connect the science with medicines, the common clinical eye disorders. In myopia, the eyeball is too long or the cornea is too curved, causing light to focus before the retina, corrected with concave lenses. In hypermetropia, the opposite happens, image forms behind the retina, corrected with convex lenses. Astigmatism results from irregular corneal curvature, producing distorted vision. Cataract causes lens clouding while glaucoma raises intraocular pressure, damaging the optic nerve. Retinitis pigmentosa is a genetic condition causing degeneration of rods leading to night blindness. Understanding these orders help us appreciate the importance of preventive eye care and regular examination. To summarize, the eye has three structural layers, each playing a vital role in the vision. The cornea and lens reflect light, the retina converts it to the nerve impulses, and the brain interprets the signal. Proper pressure balance, cellular health, and neural function ensures clear, healthy vision. Now, before we end, let's tie it all together with a reminder for future doctors and learners. So this is all for today's detailed lecture on the eye, its structure, function, and medical relevance. If you are a medical or biology student, don't forget to subscribe to BioHealth for more detailed professional lectures every week, where we combine biology with real medical science. Thank you.